Hey, I'm Todd. Thanks for watching my video and do all that good YouTube stuff. Share it, like it, hit the notification bell, thumbs up, subscribe, all the things that you do. Thanks for taking the time to watch my video and saving some money perhaps. I also invite you to check out the links in the description for some long-term savings with the stock market. Driver's side CV axle replacement already in progress. I'm going to use most of the footage from the other side for it, but the axle's a little different, so we'll focus on that. And taking stuff apart. Jack the vehicle up, use safety stands, protect yourself. You can jack it up in the front if you want, probably right here. Otherwise we're on the pinch weld right now with our hoist. Some good metal right there, so jack it up, use safety stands, protect yourself. And we're gonna do this. This is the passenger side. We'll be taking off these two nuts, driving out the lower ball joints. There seem to be two of them. Great setup, JK. And we'll take this nut off right here, and then we'll be hopefully swinging this whole thing up and out of the way. Break the lug nuts loose, a turn or two. Everything is going to be left to loosen, right to tighten. So break the lug nuts loose, a turn or two, then jack up the vehicle and put your safety stands in. Then you take the tire off the rest of the way. 19mm lug nuts, most likely. And then you'll see this. I'll be using a 1 1/4 socket on this. You can stick a screwdriver in the vanes on either side, depending if you're loosening or tightening the bolt nut. So if you're just using hand tools, you can do that. 23mm is actually the best fit for the two lower nuts. So for the driver's side CV axle, it's a little different. It actually goes into the transmission. I'm going to try and get in here, and we're going to pry it out with a pry bar. We're going to pry bar in there and push it. You'll be seeing us rocking the pry bar to pop it out of place. This has a C-clip on the end. It's going to collapse and just allow it to come out. So got that out. Clean this up a little bit, may make it easier to put back together. Yeah, so we're going to use a pry bar, a large one, and pry that out. Had to go with the shorter pry bar because the tip that's not as thick, and I had to get in between the transmission and the axle. We do have some fluid coming out. Click. Be careful going in and out so you're not really dragging too much on that seal on the transmission. So be aware of that. Keep it centered. We're going to pack this with a little grease too. Hopefully keep that centered to make it easier for the going the transmission. Plastic or rubber mallet, don't use a hammer. The only way you can do that is if you would. The threads aren't all the way on the end, so you probably could a little bit, but you don't want to mushroom it, cause problems. So put the nut on there, maybe the old nut. Reverse procedure to install. (148 foot-pounds is what they want on that. I got my 140-pound torque stick for tires. I'm going to use that, and then I can double it up with a torque wrench. Torque that to 185 foot-pounds. We'll use the screwdriver tip. They do not want the vehicle on the ground when you're torquing that. 80 foot-pounds for that. 98 foot-pounds for the wheels. Tighten them in a crisscross pattern. Then we will go ahead and top off the transmission fluid. 100 foot-pounds, or 98 foot-pounds actually. So we've already added our fluid for the transmission for the 2006 Ford Fusion, taking out the driver's side CV axle, so we need to add like a half a quart or something like that. That's almost what came out, maybe a little bit more. Mark on 5 should be just fine for it. Got two little slashes here. We'll try and get at least in between. So run it through the gears, park, neutral, reverse, drive, back up, add some fluid, and we'll check the level. Right back there next to the battery. And we're low still. I don't really see anything on the, it's kind of messing up the whole dipstick. That's one thing. When you pour tranny fluid down the dipstick, then the whole dipstick gets covered. It's annoying, but so we're going to add some more because it's below the lower mark right now. But I try to catch what comes out so I can get real close to put back in what I took out. Just makes things overall faster. Then I'm going to add about a third to a half a quart each time, and then I'll check it. And that's it. That should be it. I'm sure you can do it. Again, we're just looking to get a line of fluid on here. Just looking to get a line of fluid on here, somewhere in between the two marks. And if you flip it over and you happen to see a high side and a low side reading, you always use the low side reading on a transmission dipstick. Good luck to you.